Imagine a heist so daring, so meticulously planned that it left the world stunned. A robbery without a single gunshot, a crime committed with nothing but wit, courage, and an underground tunnel. Picture a mastermind who walked away with millions, leaving behind only a cryptic note and no trace of his identity. How did he pull it off? And how did he escape justice in the most unbelievable way? Get ready, because this isn't just a story, it's a legend. But before we dive in, welcome to the Tales Across Times. Today, we're diving into the story of one of the most daring and ingenious heists in history. A bank robbery so bold that it left the world stunned. This is the story of Albert Spaggiari, the mastermind behind the 1976 sewer bank heist in Nice, France. Prepare yourself for a tale of brilliance, betrayal, and one of the most astonishing escapes ever recorded. Albert Spaggiari was no ordinary criminal. Born on December 14, 1932, in the small town of Laragne-Montéglin in southeastern France, Spaggiari grew up amidst modest means. A troubled youth, he served in the French military during the Algerian War, where he developed a reputation for being resourceful, fearless, and cunning. But his restless mind and craving for excitement eventually led him down a darker path. By the 1970s, Spaggiari had moved to Nice, where he owned a photography studio. Behind the veneer of respectability, he began planning what would later be dubbed the heist of the century. Spaggiari's inspiration came from a novel, The Sewers of Paris by José Giovanni. The book described how criminals used the underground sewer system to access buildings. Spaggiari realized that this concept could be applied to one of France's most secure banks, the Société Générale. Located in the heart of Nice, the bank's underground vault was thought to be impenetrable. Protected by reinforced steel doors and alarm systems, it was where the wealthiest residents of Nice stored their most valuable possessions: gold, cash, jewelry, and documents. But Spaggiari saw the flaw in the bank's design. It rested above the city's sewer system. A team of specialists, Spaggiari began assembling a team of 20 men, each an expert in their field. These were not ordinary criminals. They included engineers, explosives experts, and former military personnel. Spaggiari promised his team a massive payday, but demanded absolute secrecy and discipline. For months, the gang meticulously planned every detail. They scouted the bank, mapped out the sewer system, and even rented a nearby shop as their base of operations. The gang used this shop to dig a tunnel from the sewers to the bank vault, a distance of nearly 8 meters. Spaggiari ensured the tunnel was reinforced with wooden beams to prevent collapse and even installed electric lighting to aid their work. They worked only at night to avoid detection and removed all the excavated dirt in small bags to avoid suspicion. The heist began on the long Bastille Day weekend in July 1976. With the city celebrating, the bank was closed for several days, giving the gang enough time to carry out their plan. On the night of July 16th, the team broke into the sewer system and crawled through the narrow, stinking tunnels toward the bank vault. After hours of navigating the maze-like sewers, they reached the vault floor. Using blowtorches, they carefully cut through the vault's reinforced concrete floor. The process took hours, but they succeeded without triggering the alarm system. Once inside the vault, the gang worked tirelessly. They opened 400 safe deposit boxes and looted cash, gold, jewelry, and documents. But what set this heist apart was Spaggiari's peculiar code of ethics. The gang didn't steal from the bank's main cash reserves or harm anyone. They only looted the contents of the safety deposit boxes, which belonged to the bank's wealthy clientele. Spaggiari later claimed this decision was a statement against the rich and powerful. To add to the theatrics, Spaggiari left a note inside the vault that read, "Without guns, without violence, without hatred." Over the course of 2 days, the gang stole an estimated 50 million francs, equivalent to around $30 million today. The gang escaped undetected, leaving the police baffled. When bank employees returned on July 19th, they discovered the vault had been emptied. The heist made headlines worldwide, with authorities labeling it the crime of the century. Despite the gang's precautions, small mistakes began to unravel their plan. A member of the team, embittered by a pay dispute, leaked information to the police. Spaggiari was eventually identified as the ringleader and arrested in October 1976. Spaggiari's trial in 1977 was as sensational as the heist itself. Representing himself in court, Spaggiari claimed that the heist was a political statement against the corrupt elite. His charisma and wit captivated the courtroom, but his charm couldn't save him from conviction. However, Spaggiari wasn't ready to face justice. During a routine court hearing, he executed one of the most daring escapes in legal history. Claiming he needed to retrieve documents from his briefcase, Spaggiari used the distraction to leap out of a window. The courtroom was on the second floor, and Spaggiari landed on a parked car below. Amazingly, he escaped on a waiting motorcycle, which whisked him away into the streets of Nice. After his escape, Spaggiari disappeared without a trace. Despite an international manhunt, he eluded capture for the rest of his life. Rumors swirled about his whereabouts. Some said he fled to South America, while others claimed he lived quietly in France under an assumed identity. Spaggiari's audacious escape only added to his legend. He became a symbol of defiance, a modern-day Robin Hood who outwitted the system. His story inspired books, movies, and even songs, cementing his place in criminal lore. Albert Spaggiari reportedly died in 1989 under mysterious circumstances. Officially, he succumbed to throat cancer, but his death remains shrouded in secrecy. Some believe he staged his death to avoid capture, while others think he lived his final years in exile. His loot from the heist was never fully recovered, and many of the stolen items remain unaccounted for. To this day, Spaggiari's crime is remembered as one of the most ingenious and audacious heists in history, and Albert Spaggiari's story is a testament to human ingenuity and the allure of forbidden ambition. Was he a criminal mastermind, or simply a rogue with a code? His heist, executed without guns, without violence, without hatred, remains a legend of the underworld. Do you think Spaggiari's escape plan was genius or luck? Thank you for watching the Tales Across Times. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the shadows of history. See you next time.